Good morning, children. We were dealing with the chapter from politics, features of Indian constitution, and we had dealt with a number of features like Indian constitution is a rigid one. There is separation of power. We are having a federal form of government. We are having it is unitary in nature. All this you had learned. Then you learned that we are having a number of directive principles, mainly meant for the welfare of people. We learned that we are having an independent judiciary. And what is the function of us having an independent judiciary? It is mainly to punish the lawbreakers. Those who violate laws are being punished mainly by the judiciary. Then it's a function of the judiciary to settle disputes. Then it's a function of the judiciary to protect the rights of people, especially the fundamental rights. And for this we are having 3-level courts, like the apex court, which you call as the Supreme Court. Then you have the next level court, the High Court, and the lower level court, which you have as the subordinate courts. So this is related to independent judiciary. Then you learned about fundamental rights. Now, what are fundamental rights? This is a topic which you already know that. What are fundamental rights? What is fundamental, or why do you call such rights as fundamental rights? We are having lots of rights. A number of rights we have, but some rights you call as fundamental rights. Why are such rights called fundamental rights, or why are certain rights called fundamental? It is called fundamental because without these rights no citizen is able to live. Without these fundamental rights no citizen can live in a country. So such rights you call as fundamental rights. So our constitution, like the constitution of USA, have granted to the Indian citizens 6 fundamental rights, or we are having 6 fundamental rights, like right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So we will be dealing with each of these fundamental rights separately, and this is a very important topic from where you will be getting questions also. So what do you mean by right to equality? Right to equality is written in article 14 to 18 in the Indian Constitution, writes about the right to equality. Right to equality is the first fundamental right that is being granted. It explains that each and every person is equal before law. There is no discrimination between any person, whether he is from a backward community, whether he is a boy or a girl, whether he is rich or poor, whether he is black or white, whatever might be, there is no discrimination. That is called as right to equality. And mainly to uplift the backward sections of people, seats are being reserved. Everywhere in schools, colleges, even for job also there is reservation of seats, mainly granted to the people in order to avoid discrimination, or in order to give equality to the people. So that is right to equality, which is the first fundamental right. Next is right to freedom. Under right to freedom we are having 6 rights to freedom. They are freedom of speech and expression. You can assemble anywhere peacefully without using any arms. You have the freedom to form associations and unions. You can freely move about to any part of the country. Then you can reside and settle anywhere for job. That is why you people are able to move to any part of the country for seeking any job. Now you have the right to profess and do any type of occupation. You have the right to do any type of profession anywhere, and you can reside also anywhere. You can do any sort of business. All this come under right to freedom. Next is right against exploitation. Right against exploitation means it's actually human trafficking. It is mainly explained in Article 23 to, or from Article 23 to 24. And here in this right There is the abolition of buying and selling of human beings, as well as all forms of forced labor are being included under the right against exploitation. And prohibiting child labor also, you know, children below the age of 14 are prohibited from doing any sort of work, that is called child labor. So all this come under a right against exploitation. Next is right to freedom of religion. India being a secular country, you know that India is a secular nation, that is the people are having the freedom to profess, practice or propagate any religion as he likes, and all religion are equal before law, and there is no state religion also, and each and every citizen is having his own right to profess any religion. In between he can change his religion from one religion or one religious practice to another religion he can change. So such type of freedom each and every individual is having. That is why you call India as a secular nation, and this is written in Article 25 to 28, right to freedom of religion. Now next is cultural and educational rights. This is included in article, that is from Article 29 to 30. India being a diverse country, there are different cultures, there are different traditions, etc. And it is the right of each and every citizen to protect his or her own culture, customs and tradition, to preserve also. So different communities have the right to establish their own educational institutions, and the government will also be helping and encouraging and promoting them to do their cultural activities in different regions also. That is cultural and educational rights. Each and every citizen have the right and opportunity to have education anywhere he likes. No institution can deny a child from getting education on the basis of any caste or religion or color, etc. That is cultural and educational rights, which is written and kept from Article 29 to 30. And the last one is right to constitutional remedies. It is included in Article 32. Mainly it is to safeguard our fundamental rights. And sometimes even if the government also violates a fundamental right, we have the right to seek remedy in a court of law. That is why we are having different level courts, as I told earlier, from lower level courts to apex level court, that is from subordinate courts to the Supreme Court, where we can seek justice if any one of your fundamental right is being violated. This is right to constitutional remedies. I hope you understood what is fundamental right. It's very important also, so learn it. Thank you.